Okay, so there's been a lot of talk about this recently. This is the Taiwanese LINE version of OPTC. You can see if we click the language up here, you can change the English from English to Thai. We're gonna stay on English. My Thai is not great, so whatever. So let's just load this up. I will warn you, it occasionally takes quite a long time to load. And this is the account I play on my phone. This is my shitty little side account. I'm not a big fan of global, so I just have this account on the side. I've switched over to the PC, which took an exhausting amount of time. So don't transfer your accounts too much if you can avoid it. That being said, the accounts, so LINE accounts, if you don't know, LINE is like a social messaging app. It's quite popular in Asia. With LINE, it stores your details in LINE. You don't need to sign in. You don't need to transfer. Well, you do need to sign in rather, but you don't transfer codes. You don't transfer codes and passwords and all this shit. It's literally just you have details for LINE, and when you download the game on a new device, you just sign in, and that's it. Okay, so as you can see, in general, LINE is a little bit behind. They've only just got Upper Yard Art Max in. So, you know, story mode, whatever. To be honest, I think they're getting a new story mode island like every 2 weeks or so they are catching up. Missions also at Syrup Village, they're catching up. Even on Japan, we're only as far as Baratie, so whatever. But you can play the Colosseum online, despite the fact it's not on global. So this is the only English version of the Colosseum. They've got week 1 up now. Obviously Rebecca, Urigi, and who's the last one? Oh, Lucky Roo. So, pretty good. For the record, a lot of people, I'm seeing people say about the Facebook Twitter backup thing, there have been problems with that. There has been recorded issues. It's on the Reddit, it's on, you see it on the Facebook group. People losing their accounts, even though it is backed up to their Twitter or their Facebook because of an unknown error. It does happen occasionally. It's very rare, but it does happen. However, with LINE, I haven't encountered a problem yet. That doesn't say there isn't problems, but I haven't encountered one. Anyway, so let's get my daily gem. You know, daily gem. Same as every other version. Here's what's different. So, here's my Dendemushi. Doesn't post to Twitter, post to LINE. Click on share to timeline. It's the same as tweeting, basically. It's just share to timeline. You get your goodies or whatever. But every time you do a Dendemushi, you'll get a new mail. And that new mail will give you 3,000 belly. I don't know why they added this, but they did. So you get 3,000 belly every time you do a Dendemushi. It's nice. It's nothing special. It's nice. Anyway. So, Extra Island doesn't look great. They haven't got Colosseum on right now. Colosseum just ended, but you saw the dates back there. I showed it. Much the same as Global. There's not a lot going on Extra Island. But that doesn't mean to say it's a bad version again. They are just behind. Same as Global. Going on to Japan, they're just behind. They only have the 2 forests. Global now has 3. I think Japan now has like 7 or something. Anyway, there are some minor glitches. For instance, if you click on Replay Adventures, nothing happens. So, it's like they don't even know. Which, I mean, whatever. They can do what they want with that, really. Now, here's an interesting part. Something people have talked about as a reason for coming over to LINE, and that is the cheapness of a rare recruit. So, let's have a look. Here you go. You've got... It's the same amount of gems. 5 gems for a rare recruit, but permanently you can do multiples. You have the option to do a 5 times rare gacha, 25 gems. It doesn't guarantee you anything, it's just 25 gems. Oh, it does guarantee you something. 1 4-star higher guaranteed. There you go. So, if you're going to spend gems, do it on the 5 times rare gacha. You'll also notice you can increase your team cost. But it's not as good as it sounds. It costs 2 rainbow gems to increase your team cost by 1. And you can do it 29 times. So you can increase your team cost by 29, but it will cost you 58 rainbow gems to do it. I wouldn't necessarily say that's worth it. Obviously, like a lot of people have said, this game is aimed at a completely different market where people don't have a lot of money. So something like that may appeal to them because the rare recruit rates are terrible. I don't think there's that many legends anyway. There's 4 or 5. I think they've got as far as Stronghold Ace. So I think they've got Whitebeard, Rayleigh, Stronghold Shanks, Stronghold Ace, and Boa. That's it. No Strongholds, Straw Hats, no Zephyr, just like Global. But despite this, right, it's still cheaper to pull on this game because of the price of rainbow gems. So you're not encouraged to spend. And if you look here, it doesn't look a lot cheaper. But that's because it's aimed at me. It's aimed at me as someone in England. However, if I were to get up a window capture now of my Google Chrome, so as you can see, if I drag this into the middle, and scroll down the prices, for the cheap price of $59.99, you can have 230 rainbow gems. Now, to be honest, I don't actually know if it's plus 8 included, as in it's included in 230, or you get an extra 80. I don't know, but I don't think it matters, considering that is far cheaper than it is on the Global, on Japan, on other games as well. That's cheaper than Dokkan Battle. It's cheaper than everything. So it's pretty good. The prices in game don't pay those, because I think the prices are almost exactly the same as Japan, and you're not going to get anything for your money. So that's just how it is. Now, my personal opinion on this is just me, because I have done a multi on this. I can't show you now because I don't have the gems anymore. Don't pull. Just don't. I mean, I'm going to show you my box right now. This is after doing 2 multi-pulls. So I guess, considering it's 4-star guaranteed or higher, my 4 stars were Mr. 5 and version 1 Robin. Now, version 1 Robin's great, but out of 10 pulls and a couple of singles, I got Mirage Tempo Nami. I did not get that Arlong. I got that Arlong from the island. I got Fire Pearl. I got a couple of dupes. I got a dupe Zora and a dupe Luffy or 2. I got Miss Valentine, my favourite unit. Just like a bunch of shit, really. They haven't removed East Blue units, which they have done on Global now. They did it on Japan a while ago. But really, Rare Recruit's just a shit show. Don't deal with Rare Recruit. Just play the game, earn your characters. This is what I do. I don't focus on the aspect of the game where you're just pulling for Rare Recruits. This is just my shitty little play it on the side account. As you can see here, I'm going to show you one last feature I want to talk about. There's a couple of nice features that I've probably missed. If you have cleared a stage on the line version of the game, and bear in mind this is not in any way useful, in any way, shape or form, outside of really easy Fortnites, there is an auto button. And it should, I just click that, and it'll just do it for me. That's it. I don't have to press any buttons. You can't see that I'm not pressing any buttons because I haven't got mouse capture on, but the auto button does all the work for you. It hits, I think basically it will always hit between a good, a great, or a perfect, unless you don't have a full team. Because if you don't have a full team, it will just miss the last shot every time. So, and I think he's just missed there as well. I think they always miss the last shot on purpose. I might be wrong, but pretty much everything else is like a good, a great, or a perfect. So that's nice. I don't recommend playing this version of the game. It has a content problem, a very definite content problem, but it's aimed at a market where people don't have much money, where people will be spending more to farm raid bosses than anything else, not to waste money on raid recruits. And if they do, it will only be in bulk. That's why the gems are in bulk. So I have this account because I like to have something easy on my phone. Like if I'm on the bus, like I can't focus on it the whole time. If I just bang on the auto button, get about my day, you know. I don't think this version's anything special, but I think the fact that they got Colosseum before Global, really funny. To me anyway. I know not to a lot of people that play Global. But you guys are getting the Alkaji Forest now. You guys are getting probably some new raid bosses coming up as well. So you guys got content coming, don't you worry. And Japan's got all kinds of shit going on, who the fuck knows. But that's pretty much the review. As you can see, the auto's not exactly intelligent, going straight for Luffy when you can't even kill him until next turn. Not that it matters on the 5 stamina, but obviously if you were looking to do farming on 30 stamina or raid bosses, this would not be ideal, except for a zombie team. But I don't have the units for a zombie team anyway, so I can't exactly show that off. Yeah, that's the end of that little bit of recording. If you... oh, also, when you achieve something, I forgot to say this. When you achieve something online, you can share that to your timeline. I think it's 3 times a day. And that gets you more bellies as well as the Mushis. So, just something. Just something to do. Anyway, that's enough line. Line's stupid. I'm gonna go.